Hi, my name is Kelly. In this episode, we're talking DEI. But first, what exactly is DEI? Well, DEI stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion. Diversity includes race, ethnicity, gender, and gender identity, sexual orientation, socioeconomic status, language, culture, national origin, religion, age, disability, and political perspective. Equity recognizes that inequalities exist, that talent is equally distributed across communities, but opportunity is not. So equity aims to ensure that others who may not have had an opportunity get an opportunity. Inclusion means deliberate efforts to ensure that basically everyone is welcome and respected, no matter the environment. DEI is also known as Diversity, Inclusion, and Belonging, or DIB, Diversity and Inclusion, D&I, or Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Accessibility, DEIA. So, now that we know what DEI is, here's a little history. The origins of DEI can be traced back to 1941 with the signing of Executive Order 8802 by President Roosevelt. He signed it in response to complaints about discrimination in the United States against African Americans. It directed that Black Americans be accepted into job training programs in defense plants. It forbade discrimination by defense contractors, and it established a Fair Employment Practices Commission, or FEPC. Due to a multitude of problems during Truman's presidency, the FEPC was terminated, and in 1946, Truman appointed a panel to serve as the President's Commission on Civil Rights to basically explore and make recommendations about what needs to be done. The commission issued its report to secure these rights, literally titled "To Secure These Rights," in October 1947. Among its proposals were anti-lynching and anti-poll tax laws, a permanent FEPC, and strengthening the Civil Rights Division of the Department of Justice. Interesting. In 1948, President Truman called on the Congress to enact the recommendations and, of course, received pushback from Southern senators. Southern senators basically weren't having it. By July 1948, President Truman made an executive move to abolish segregation in the armed forces and order full integration of all of its branches. In the executive order, it was Executive Order 9981, it stated there shall be equality of treatment and opportunity for all persons in the armed forces without regard to race, color, religion, or national origin. It established the President's Committee on Equality of Treatment and Opportunity in the Armed Services to recommend revisions to military regulations in order to implement its policy. So basically, DEI got its start in the military. Fast forwarding to the 60s, and we have affirmative action. Affirmative action was part of the civil rights movement, and it got its start in 1961. The actual term was used in Executive Order 10925, which was signed by President Kennedy. And then in 1965, we have President Johnson issuing Executive Order 11246, which prohibited employment discrimination by federal contractors and subcontractors based on race, color, religion, and national origin, required contractors to take affirmative action to promote equal opportunity, and established the Office of Federal Contract Compliance to enforce the order. And then in 1967, 2 years later, that same executive order was amended to include sex on the list of protected attributes. All right, so now we know a little bit about the background of DEI. We've laid that foundation. In the next episode, I'll be talking about today's climate in regard to DEI. We'll touch on the affirmative action overturning as well. And I'll also review a Dr. Phil episode that came out recently Very interesting. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and share and comment. Let me know if you even like these types of videos. Thank you.